$13. He is burned through some chips. Man. You know that here. I mean, thank you. I don't care what you got. Queen, you got king, queen. I don't know, I gotta talk to his mommy, but soon. Alright? Love you. play with my new friend.
What? When are we gonna play with my new friend?
Yeah. His name's Jackson, first of all. Can't really call him a friend if you don't know his name.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. See, I got no micro USB charger in here either, bro.
That's because I took it.
Oh, okay. Will you plug this in for me?
No, my vape is plugged in.
Well, put this over there. When your vape's charged, plug it in for me. Punk ass on muff.
You're punk ass little Drew.
Shit.
I was thinking everybody's about you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my mentality.
I know it. I know it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know it already.
I know what you thinking.
God damn. I didn't even fucking hit anything yet.
There's just something wrong with you. Use a Drew. That's what's wrong with you. Use a Drew. Yo no. What do you want to watch?
I don't know. I think we should get hitched after the renovations. I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
I think it'll basically solidify, everything in stone.
Agreed.
How I feel. Okay, let's do it.
Dad's been watching The Boys.
I just watched it.
No, I'm saying Dad's been watching
Oh,
it.
for real?
Yeah. I hear it. I've been hearing it.
It's a great show indeed. Look at that. I just knocked the player out and got a bounty.
Farrah.
Bam, baby.
Do you see this cat? Who does she think she is?
She told me that she thought she was Kaiser Soze. A Hungarian drug lord.
I made her do a little dance earlier. She was not happy with me.
I snuck her pussy all the time and she loves it. She's so happy when I do it.
She did not like doing a little dance. Watch. Do a little dance. Make a little love. I'm gonna make her scratch me.
Well, that's really not my fault.
So Nick said that Home Alone was scary.
Yeah, I don't really follow that, but
I don't either.
Home Alone's a classic. That boy ain't right.
I broke a promise to myself again. I don't know why I am so vulnerable.
I made a song about grinder sandwiches, and now I'm eating hoagies on the side of the road.
That's not how it goes.
How what goes? I thought we were ad-libbing stuff. Oh, I don't know what you were singing then.
Preacher by Jelly Roll and Tech 9.
Dylan fucks a Jelly Roll, which I loved. He was like trying to turn me on to him. He was like, "You ever heard of Jelly Roll?" Because of course we're name dropping, like, I don't really like most of his music. It's kind of trashy, like hood crap, in my opinion. But he does like Jelly Roll, and he did like a lot of Mercules and stuff.
You didn't show him Tom McDonald or anything.
He
probably wouldn't like Tom.
He knew about Tom McDonald, but I could tell like it's not his cup of tea. Like Chris is actually.
That I like Dylan better than Taylor.
No, Dylan's infinitely cooler than Taylor. Like they're not even comparable.
Wait, Taylor's kind of a bitch.
I wouldn't quantify her as a bitch.
No, you're right. Just standoffish. To me, at least.
That's just how she is to everybody. She's just kind of lame. Like, for example, me being charming like I am, I, of course, said some really, nice things in front of Dylan about how beautiful she looked in her gown. And, she was nice about it, but it was almost like, I don't know, my compliment was very not received the way I anticipated.
That's the way mine were, too.
Yeah.
So I was like, this was a beautiful wedding.
And she was like, well, we didn't really put it together. It was my aunt and uncle or whoever.
She's like, thanks.
Yeah. She's been like that from the entirety of the time I've known her at Logan's. She trained me. She was my trainer, Taylor was. So, I've literally known her longer than anybody because, I met her before Dylan.
Right.
But yeah, the way I assess it, I just think that I think she's really, really not confident in herself, but she's also very vocal and aggressive, like her mom. Like Robin is a very outspoken lady, and Taylor is also like that. Taylor is such a good fit for Dylan because she really will whoop someone's ass. She's not a fighter, but she will fight. And I've heard stories about her fighting people, and it's a pretty uncommon thing for a woman.
Yeah.
You know.
It really is.
To be considered as someone who will brawl. For real.
Keeps happening.
Well. It's not that she has malice or nasty intent, but she's just a simpleton. That's how I look at her.
Like, it surprises me because if I didn't know that Dylan struggled with anxiety and stuff and depression, I wouldn't know it.
Yeah, he's like suicidal.
But now that I know it, I can see the signs and recognize them. But just offhand,
truthfully, there's a chance that he intentionally went the wrong way to the gas station today because he was so overwhelmed with it, and I didn't know, I wasn't reading that from him, but he's very in a very internal type person.
he doesn't express it the way I do.
No. But he flat out said to me today on the ride to the gas station, he was like, because once we started talking about being late, and he's like, I'm gonna get a call from Bridezilla, and he's like, man, fuck those people. He was like, I need to get out of there. He was like, you don't need. And I started, joking with him because I was like, hey, it's your day. I'm having a blast. I don't have to do anything. Nobody's paying attention to me.
Yeah.
So, but he was definitely highly stressed out. But I did. No. Oh, well. He did reaffirm with me on the ride to the gas station about, being married to Taylor now and how it makes him feel so much more dedicated and everything and all this. And it was kind of mushy and unexpected. And I was like, I didn't know that he had cried. Did you know that? Yeah, he was crying when she was walking up in her gown. So, not like a baby, obviously, but apparently he had shed some tears, and it's on camera. They got the pictures. So I was pretty surprised that he got emotional, because Dylan is not the emotional type.
Right.
But I do feel very fortunate and very lucky to have him as a friend. He's definitely a good friend to have.
Yeah.
Definitely right up there with old Colombian Steve, who I got to call, because Nick's been asking about him.
He has been bringing him up lately, and so it's been too long when Nick's bringing him up.
Right.
I feel like you and Steve have a very me and Amanda kind of friendship. Kind of doing our own thing. We'll keep in touch occasionally, and that's fun.
Yeah, that's the gist of it. We have a deep, loving bond of one another. We're like brothers, like y'all are like sisters. I mean, you seem closer with Amanda than either of your actual sisters. I feel closer with Steve than, I guess I don't know what it's like to have a brother, but,
Yeah. I don't know. It's different, though. Because me and Amanda, I guess we're the same age. We grew up together, but we were never at odds with one another. So with me and my sisters, it's different because we were always at odds with one another. It was always a competition, whereas with me and Amanda, it's never been a competition. We're very similar yet very different.
I gets it. I needed that, baby. I needed that. We're over 100K. Graknar marches on, my sexy witch. That's my new avatar. Sexy witch for Halloween.
I'm gonna be a sexy witch for Halloween.
I am.
Thought you said you weren't gonna get my Meddies anymore.
No, I threatened that. I never said it was a thing.
Oh, didn't.
I love you too much to let that happen.
Oh.
And that would destroy you. You're fragile enough as it is.
I'm only fragile emotionally.
Yeah, that's literally what fragile means in our situation. You're not talking about your physicality. But thanks for pointing that out. I felt like Keisha was really trying hard with you. Did I pick up on that right? Like she, for whatever reason, it seemed like she was really, like at one point.
I couldn't get a good read on her.
Yeah. I mean, she is like that with, most people I've seen the reactions with, but she seemed to really glom onto you.
But then,
when Jessie came up,
I was chopped liver.
Yeah, I noticed that too. But she is a bartender. Bartender mentality. She served you some drinks and went on her way.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, I'm not interested in having a friendship.
That was not a shot. That was a drink.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really concerned with having a friendship for us with Keisha, but I think it'd be really cool to have one.
I feel like she would be way easier to hang out with than Brittany.
Exactly. And I said that in front of her and was kind of offensive about it, if you picked up on that.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't mean to be.
Yeah, I picked up on it.
I was like, she's a million times cooler.
And I can definitely tolerate Nick hanging out with her son more than Esther.
Yeah.
Because SJ sucks.
Totally. And it was also a faux pas when I tried to point that out to Keisha.
Yeah, she definitely did when I hear that. And she changed the subject real quick.
Yeah, I caught that. I don't care what I said was boldface accurate. That little kid is a douche. It's a douche. What kind of fucking friend goes and tries to trash talk your buddy to his parents?
Right.
Who does that? I remember enough of my childhood that I know I certainly never did anything like that. And nobody I knew
it's not that they're bad people.
No, they're not bad people.
They're just not my kind of people.
Yeah, exactly. I could hang out with Step, if Brittany wasn't a faggot.
You can hang out with anybody and make it okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I could get along with Step. Yeah. Like, we could kick it, But I think he's nefarious. I think Step is nefarious.
Oh, for sure.
I think he's up to some stuff.
Oh, for sure.
And she just has no idea.
Or she's willfully.
Also, very probable.
Hey, why are you doing your laundry?
I think she has an inkling because of what she said at 4th of July.
Damn. It gets from bad to worse. Flop top hair and runner straight card. And flush. It's alright. It was just... Wow.
I don't understand. Why doesn't Howard just introduce you to the guy?
Because he's punishing me for being a, quote, condescending jerk. You don't think I'm condescending, do you?
Well...
Oh, I'm sorry. Condescending...
I know what it means! And yes, you love correcting people and putting them down.
Oh, contraire. When I correct people, I am... You should know I do it for you more than anyone.
Come on, you do it to feel superior when someone says who instead of whom, or thinks the moon is a planet.
Or Don Quixote named Hote.
See? There it is. There's that twinkle.
Well, I can't help it. That's an involuntary twinkle.
What do you want me to tell you, Sheldon?
I want you to tell me that Howard's being mean for no reason.
Fine. Howard's being mean to you for no reason.
I knew it.
Come on. God damn it. 10-7.
Sheldon to wear the French maid's costume.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Hey, I gave you first crack at it.
Him.
He's mean to me all the time. You've heard him tease me about not having a doctorate.
You want to get teased about having a doctorate. I have one
of his own medicine.
Not just being mean. Sheldon doesn't know when he's being mean because the part of his brain that should know is getting a wedgie from the rest of his brain.
Fine. I'll just make him do a couple more things and I'll stop.
No, you have to stop now. Bernadette! I want to remind you, you promised to take me breakfast tomorrow! Damn. I'm sorry I can't make it! But Sheldon's gonna go with you! And that's the last thing you do to him. Sheldon! I need your help!
What is it now, Mrs. Wallowitz?
It's this dress! When I put my front in, my back pops out! When I put my back in, my front pops out! To keep two doors in a bathtub!
What do you want me to do?
We're gonna have to work as a team! Get in here, grab a handful and start stuffing!
That's foul.
I'm not sure how to do this.
It's easy! Just pretend you're putting away a sleeping bag!
Sleeping bags don't usually sweat this much, but okay.
Now zip me up!
Oh, if we squeeze you any tighter, you might turn into a diamond.
You're right. Who am I kidding? You should have seen me when I was young, Sheldon. The fellas used to line up and bring me boxes of candy. Why did I eat it all? Would you hold me?
Oh, no, you know, I'm not really the holding kind of. No.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go up.
Come on. Let's go.
Can we use the oil?
Yes.
Yes.
Here's spring wheelchair for Dawn. That's amazing. I made an adjustment on the both side, and putting it back together, I could not for the life of me figure out where they went. I did it. Had to go to 3 clothing stores. I finally found a dress that could envelop me.
Got my chips back. Look what patience and sound play does, babe. I wish I would have got him back off the faggot who went on at 10-7 and beat my ace queen. But what you gonna do, babe?
What would you do
For
a Klondike
nothing
bar?
enough.
Sprained my wrist helping your mother lift her bosom. All right, one thing left I want you to do. Don't worry. Easy one. Okay. Give me a compliment. Fine. You have very tiny boobs.
I hate how my boobs are very different sizes.
I want you to
Right?
And my left one is bigger than my right
Oh,
one, which
I'm gonna
is
start on the
unusual.
left being different than the right one.
Usually it's your dominant side that's bigger.
I better not lose this Puppy King's muff.
Like
I'm just.
seriously, look, they're two very different sizes.
Daddy's all kings against ace jack. Gotta dodge an ace. Yes. Oh yeah, getting a massage either way, but now I'm gonna be happy while I'm doing it.
See?
Hmm?
Aren't they two very different sizes? Like this one is like a cup smaller.
Yes, yes, yes. It's very nipply.
My favorite Hawking? Sorry, I can't. Why not? I gave it to him 3 days ago. Was really impressed. Wanted to meet you. All right, okay. Thank you, Howard. Please let Professor Hawking know that I'm available at his earliest convenience. Cody might be a little more excited.
I know. Are you shit talking again?
No, I'm making notes on players. I'm live streaming this to my YouTube account, so keeping things pretty professional, to be quite honest.
Thank you. Came to me one morning in the shower.
5, 6, 7, or 8, baby. Pick one.
8.
Nailed it. Folding fives.
What do you mean wrong?
Please don't call me. Please don't call me. Please don't call me. Damn it! He did have an ace. Oh well. Good check.
Are you saying I do?
God damn this guy.
The Stag Convergence. I love how they named the episodes.
Like Bob Showare's warehouse.
No, it's like the Hawking Excitation was the last one. This one is the Stag something.
Lichen is an organism made up of 2 separate species, fungi and algae. If you could merge with another species, what
Golly.
species would you pick and why? Hint, there is a right answer. None of you will get it. I pick swan because the resulting hybrid would have the industrial civilization of a human and the long, graceful neck I've always dreamed of having. Wrong. Horse, but mostly just for the height. A little bit for the genital girth. Wrong, and let's keep it clean, shall we? Kangaroo. I'd be Kangajoo.
A Kangajoo.
The first to find people to dunk a basketball. Also, instead of just living in your mother's house, you could actually live inside her body. Clever, but also wrong. The best organism you would use to merge with is the lichen itself. That way you'd be human, fungus, and algae. Triple threat. Like 3-bean salad. Give me one circumstance. Alright, picture this. A beautiful outdoor concert. Now, as a human, I appreciate Beethoven. As
Let me know if that gets too
I have
hot.
a terrific
I'm using your feet as a rest for my teeth.
Oh, yeah, I'll be fine.
So you know what I find interesting about myself, but I just probably won't ever stop doing it? I procrastinate and I dread these assignments all week long. What time did we get home? Around 8, 8:30? I was done by 10. Seriously, 2 hours. Zola had to dedicate to that.
Sometimes you gotta dedicate shit.
But I'm saying I dreaded it and I procrastinated it and I moaned about it all week long and all it took me was 2 hours. Why couldn't I motivate myself for 2 hours?
Because you don't play that shit, baby. That's why. Because you have head issues.
But is it though, or is it just that I'm lazy?
Oh, well, that being lazy is a head issue, honey. It's not a physical issue.
It's hard to distinguish what is just me and what is the mental stuff. I can't really tell the difference between the two anymore. Like, at this point, is everything I do just mental stuff? Like,
No.
am I just all consumed by it? Because it feels that way sometimes.
Yes, but that's part of the mental stuff, is that it feels like everything's consumed by it. And, like, in a sense it is. That's not a misconception in your head. Like, everything in your life is consumed by it because it's your head, so it affects everything you do. You understand?
So did I just become a slave to my mental instability at some point? Like, when did this change occur? Or it had to have been a gradual process.
No, we've
Because
had this conversation
I remember
before.
being, like, somewhat like I am now, like, especially around social situations and whatnot, but, you know, I was never really, I mean, I was meek and I was,
You were
I
really
avoided
outgoing when I first met
confrontation,
you.
but yes, I was more outgoing.
But I think that's a thing you have when you're single. I think that's a single thing for you, from what I know of you in our time together. And, even when you were with Mike, I still looked at you as kind of single because he seemed very absentee in your relationship.
Oh yeah, it was for sure.
So that was the impression that I got. So, like, you were still really outgoing when I saw you in situations and out of character for how I knew you to be. But it wasn't that you were out of character. It was that you were just essentially, in many ways, in your mind, single because you weren't really,
Committed.
Yeah, I don't believe that you ever had the relationship with him like you and I have. Like,
Oh gosh, no. That was like a relationship that you have in high school or just after high school.
It was a cute guy that gave you vindication and made you feel like, hey, you got a nice little piece of arm candy.
Yeah, basically.
That's, how I looked at it.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I didn't feel like there was any substance. I knew that when I saw y'all at the bar and the way he was, just his way he was around you.
Yeah, and that was probably after begging him to come out.
Right.
No, he never gave into that.
He just clearly couldn't have been less interested in any goings on,
Yeah.
with anything.
The funny thing is, right after we broke up, he started dating this girl. I don't even remember her name at this point. Who people at work mistook her for me all the time. Like, that's how similar we looked. And she had a little kid about Nick's age. Made an ass out of myself at half times one day with Peter.
Yeah.
Me and Peter were there, like, right after work. It was like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I don't know, something ridiculous. We've left work. We're sitting there, and then he walks in with his new girl. And
into half times?
Yeah, we had just broken up. So I was still,
sore.
Yeah. So me and Peter are sitting at the bar. They're sitting at a table. Just us in there and the bartender. Peter goes to the bathroom. Before he goes, be good. Don't do anything stupid. So what do? I do something stupid. I walk over there, and I'm just like, I had no substance to what I was saying at all. I was just ugh.
Venomous?
Yes, for no reason. Like, looking back on it, I'm like, Amber, you're stupid. Like, he was so not even worth it, and I knew that. I think it was just, being broken up from yet somebody else,
Call me. Please call me with a 10. I flopped a set of 8s, because you called the 8s earlier. I should have checked it. Either way, I want a good pot.
Before we left, Peter wanted to take me out.
Take you out?
For, like, a goodbye kind of party. At half times, of course.
Right.
And I didn't go.
Naturally.
Or someone snatched it up.
I had no interest in going, and I kind of regret that.
Our dirty took care of it. Plus, he set up our beautiful wedding website with cute little facts about our family history. Do you know for a while in Poland, my family and his family were neighbors?
Oh, that's cool. No, it's not. I'll explain it to you later. To celebrate the upcoming nuptials of my best friend, Howard Wolowitz. And apparently Will Wheaton's best friend. Talk to the hand. Does anyone have anything to say about a man of the evening? I do. As is the tradition, I prepared a series of disrespectful jokes which generate humor at Howard's expense. Prepare to have your ribs tickled. Howard, I always thought you'd be the last one of us to ever get married. You are so short and unappealing. Am I right?
I can turn the fan off.
Seriously,
I'm
though,
sweating too much.
you're actually
Okay.
one of the most intelligent people I know. And that's the thing.
Sorry I haven't got going yet, but I'm crushing these games. I haven't. You will get your back rub, I assure you.
It's okay, dear.
Assuming you'd be able to get the parts and developing engineering skills to assemble them, which I don't see as likely.
Here in us starting, I have literally went from 70,000 to 460,000.
Nice.
A substantial climb. And I just flopped a set. Damn it. There's a one card stick. Clear the board for me. Yes! They paired the board for me, babe. 500,000 in chips. That is a substantial position to be in right now. So now I need to tighten up, rub your back, and play very lofty.
Don't forget the oil.
I never forget the wall. I'm literally holding it right now.
That's not what I meant, dear. You know what I meant.
I do not. Are
The
you speaking in
massage
code?
oil.
Oh, the Masagi oil.
That oil. In the brown container.
Massage oil? I've been drinking that every morning.
Ew.
I thought that was for your digestive system.
No.
You really should.
It's
say
probably
something.
poisoning you.
Yeah, maybe that's why my hair's been falling out. My teeth are wiggly.
I mean, that would explain it.
Damn it, babe. You know I like to drink bottles of glass stuff on my table.
You the one who put it over there.
Well, yeah, but I can't be expected to remember everything I do.
So I have to be expected to remember everything you do,
Clearly.
and everything I do, and
Not-
everything Nick does?
I mean, that's part of your condition. You need to remember everything.
Ugh.
It would be maddening if you didn't remember. Oh, this twat. I'm just looping in on the button and he goes all in for 250,000 in chips. I mean, obviously I'm not going to tell him. I mean, it's irritating. Whatever.
Farrah, you're gross.
She really is intolerable.
You are a gross creature.
A foul critter. A hideous critter. That's what Chris says. That always cracks me up. That is one hideous critter. When he sees a real ugly woman at the store or something, he'll be like, that is one hideous critter. It's funny, right?
That is pretty funny.
He has a lot of
I might
funny,
start
like,
saying that
yeah,
now.
he has a lot of very funny little sayings that are Chrisisms.
Who would you say is the better friend?
His who?
Who would you say is the better friend?
For what?
Dylan or Chris? Or are they equally but in different kinds of ways?
I think Chris is a better friend for me,
Yeah.
personally. But they are very different kind of friends also.
Farrah. I get that.
Like, I don't think Dylan and Chris would get along.
Yeah, no, for sure not.
I don't think they would get along. And I do act a little different around each of them, you know.
Yeah.
But I prefer the way that I act around Chris personally. Like, it's more natural to me than, I put the country on a little more for Dylan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
It's really not, like, stressful. It's second nature for me.
All right. So that's how I feel when I'm with Katie, but when Chris is not around.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but before I forget, I can't believe I didn't tell you this. What day was it? This was on Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. It was the last day to install. First thing in the morning, Sean said to me, he was like, so yeah, Kiri's kind of bummed out. She thinks that something about you, like you haven't called her in a while and you haven't talked to her in a long. This was before they got the weed, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But like, I guess she clearly had made some kind of crybaby comments to Sean about not hanging out with you, or that you hadn't tried to hang out with her, which right away irritates me because it's like, why is it Amber's responsibility to reach out and organize something with your wife who has 3 kids? Like,
right.
Kiri certainly, and that's what I said to Sean. I said, did Kiri say something to Amber about this, or did she ask her if something was going on? And he was like, no. He's like, this is just something that she said to me, and, I'm drawing my own conclusions. So, but the gist of it is clearly she said something to him about feeling bothered. That,
and
I think she's jealous, definitely, of your and Katie's relationship.
For sure.
So.
But
Katie's easier to hang out with, and she doesn't have Sean with her.
Well, and
like, Chris, you don't really get along with, but, like...
Honestly, I can tolerate Sean better than I can tolerate Chris.
I get that. Chris is definitely not your cup of tea.
No, for sure not.
Damn it.
But
Are you feeling the 10
Katie
jack suited? Are you
so
feeling
it?
No, I can't do it. It's too many chips. Damn it. I really like that hand in that spot. I really hope I don't have to watch it. Cool. You don't have to watch it, babe. Nobody else called.
I mean, in all fairness, I haven't talked to Kiri in a while, and, like, I have been aware of that for a little while now.
But is that for anything, a reason she did?
No.
I mean, I don't believe that's the case.
It's had more to do with
Inconvenience, I feel.
No, it's not even that. It's had more to do with me. Like, I've just not been social lately.
Right.
Like, even Amanda and I haven't really been talking.
With you hanging out.
Exactly. Katie forces me. She doesn't give me a choice.
Right.
Whereas Kiri, she does. And so, of course, if I'm given the option, I'm not going to ever see anybody.
I don't know. Also, a big bottom line for me is say what you want or think what you want about Bill Emma. I would take her hanging out with Nick a million times over.
Oh, of course.
I mean, Gabe is a little fucking bitch. Like, he's...
Yeah.
And the way he is with video games, the way they allow him to smash controllers and throw tantrums over video games, to me, is insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And, that just goes to show that they really don't pay much attention.
No, they really don't give a fuck.
They expect Lucas to do everything.
Like, really, Amber, for $800, they could have gotten his eyes corrected so he doesn't have that fucking goofy-ass eye, but instead they just let him have this, like, it's ridiculous. To me, that upsets me every time I see the kid.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't fathom if my son had a thing wrong with him. Like, if Nick had something wrong with him for a lot of money, and we just chose to not do it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, come on. To me, there's no excuse for that.
Right.
But I'm getting all riled up.
Take it out of my back, baby. Farrah, you're being demanding.
Yeah, I'll shoot her right. I'll be your muff shield.
My hands are sweating too bad to adequately rub her right now. Farrah! Stop it. Stop it. You're just such a Farrah. I can't pet you right now, Farrah. Ooh. Ooh.
You find attractive? Amy. Hey, you introduced her to this sleazebag. I'm just trying to clean up your mess. Hey. I need to talk to Bernadette. Oh, she was okay right now. Alright.
31 players to the money, babe.
Tell her I'm
Hmm.
really sorry, and she doesn't want to marry me. I get it, but what I really want her to know is the guy that she's disgusted by is the guy that I'm disgusted by too, but that guy doesn't exist anymore. He's gone. And the reason is because of her. So, if this relationship is over, let her know that she made me a better man. And tell her thank you.
Howard's character does have really good, like, deep moments throughout
Oh,
the series.
yeah.
I heard your voice sounded like your mother's travels walls.
You want me to go?
Has his mom died at this point?
No,
Okay.
they're not married yet.
Okay.
Anything else about your past I should know?
Couple things, but most of them happened overseas. I'll tell you
Okay.
that. The wedding's still on.
Yeah, the wedding's still on.
Oh, thank God. I'm still the maid of honor. What the hell?
Mm.
Kind of fun. What's with the robe? I want to have sex with you right here, right now, or I'm gonna
Break.
wash your sheets.
No, you're not. You want to do something, you can help me fold the sheet.
Keep my underwear. Still pretty crazy.
Sheldon would be appalled if he saw
Mhm.
that.
What would Sheldon think?
Definitely a violation of the rooming agreement. Banging Penny in a laundry room.
Howard Wallowitz? Yeah, Dave Roper here now. Need to talk about your upcoming mission. Yes, I've been doing my push-ups. I'm still stuck at 9, but it's going all the way down with no one holding me. That's great, but that's not what I called. Run into a bit of a snafu. Your sodium capsule failed the pressurization test, so bottom line.
I feel like today Taylor was probably the prettiest she'll ever be.
Oh, yeah, for
So
sure.
what does it mean?
Apparently her makeup took 4 hours.
I could see that. It was pretty ornate from what I saw, and I don't know makeup, but I could see that it was. No, it wasn't.
I thought it was pretty basic.
And I just mean like caked on.
Oh,
It was thick.
yeah.
Like she looked like she had a makeup mask on to me.
Yeah.
But it made her face look better, so hey, rock and roll. She does not have good skin.
No. I don't think she does anything for her skin.
No. I know she eats really poorly, and she doesn't really do anything health-wise from what I know of her
Yeah.
and have
It
witnessed.
shows.
Yeah. And did you know about her dad and all that going to prison?
No, I didn't.
So her father, he's the guy who's how obviously who walked her down the aisle, but that was his property. So he lives in the actual part we were at, that little white thing. That's his house.
Okay.
But he built the brick house that was off to the left, that nice brick house. He built that himself, but then he went to prison for, so the way Dylan explained, clearly he molested some kid. Like he clearly did. And when I say kid, like not like Nick's age, apparently it was like a 14 or 15-year-old, but he had an inappropriate relationship, and it wasn't a statutory rape charge, but from what I understand, he went to prison for like 8 years over it. So a pretty substantial prison sentence.
Yeah.
Plus he's a registered sex.
No, and we had a bunch of kids there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I mean, he did his time.
Yeah.
And I know Dylan wouldn't tolerate it if it was some kind of sick shit. Like, he told me the whole story, which was basically he fooled around with, a minor, which obviously ain't cool. But to me, it's certainly not as disgusting as, like, if you fondled a 7-year-old, for example.
Right.
That is a death penalty to me. Whereas 8 years in prison is enough for, like, hey, you diddled around with a minor. You did 8 years in prison for it. Hopefully you learned your lesson. Because I bet you got raped and fucked up all throughout it. Because sex offenders do not do well in prison. And that guy didn't seem too tough to me. 22 players to go, babe. Sorry, you had something on your nipple. It was a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the rest of the skin was flush, and then there was like a bump.
Yeah, it's my nipple, dear.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Nope, that's exactly what you are referring to.
Agree to disagree. I win. How was your massaging? Excellent. Give me a one more. Zero awards for being so social and acceptable all day today in an event that I know was not easy for you to get through. It doesn't do good with big gatherings. I did feel like the crowd there, though, was very low-key.
Yeah.
Nobody even really wanted to talk to anybody if you weren't part of the thing. I got to know Dylan's buddies, but they were cool. The one with the blonde wife, and then the other one had they had the kid, the little girl. But they were very cool. And apparently those are like some of Dylan's, oldest friends. I guess Dylan's mom knew them from, diapers. They've been friends since diapers, like, because their moms were friends when they were babies.
Gotcha. So,
pretty deep, long friendship there.
Yeah, no, I pretty well kept to myself, and they pretty well let me, so. I just, observed mostly. Occasionally somebody would come over and try to include me in a conversation, and it would last a couple sentences, and then that'd be it. Mm-hmm. They'd walk away and go back to whatever they were doing. See, that I can handle in a social gathering, because that's what I'm used to.
What?
Being kind of on the outskirts, I'm okay with that. It's when I have to be the center of attention or the host or, that's too much.
I was really on my game today at that wedding.
You were.
I had people laughing and we had just
Everybody
a good
loves
time.
You.
Not always. Sometimes I really especially if I get too drunk, obviously.
Oh, well, yeah.
But I didn't. I had 2 shots of Fireball and 3 beers. Like, I could have drove home, but
Right.
I was still being smart and had you do it. Because I would have, well, I'm confident I would have driven home just fine. I still would have blown DUI if we would have gotten pulled over. Obviously, that's a stupid risk to take if you don't have to take it.
Right.
Like, if you would have also blown DUI, I, of course, would have insisted on driving. But that's a pretty rare scenario for you, Lomov.
Yeah. I don't like to let myself get out of control.
How much faster can this thing go? I had a feeling you'd be reluctant, which is why I'm going to dip into my neurobiological bag of tricks.
I pretty well know my limit at this point very well.
I've devised an experiment that I believe will increase your feelings for me in an accelerated time frame. But how do you propose to do that? Hope you're not thinking about some sort of LSD thought control. Because there's only one mind-expanding drug that this man enjoys, and that's called school.
Your little muffin grease makes it so easy to rub your feet.
In your case,
You don't even need the oil.
superheroes, etc. I'm going to attempt an experiment that will get you to transfer those feelings.
Right there at the base of the heel, my arch. Those are flats. People with high arches should not wear flats.
14 players win the money. We're right in the middle of the field, 43 out of 113. We gotta get to 99 players to make the cash. I know you're concerned about it. We got this. You're trying to steal my blonde, Betty? I might have to call you. Shove it all in, you fucking chump. God damn this guy.
May I offer you something to drink? No, I don't drink. Not even strawberry quick. I love strawberry quick.
That's Steve's favorite drink.
Strawberry.
He fucking loves it, just like Sheldon does. I actually didn't ever know about it from the show. Steve turned me on to Strawberry Quick. I love it too. It's one of those things, like, I never chose the strawberry milk over chocolate not once in my whole life. Like, I had never even tried it until Steve and I first lived together, and he always had a fucking tub of it.
Yeah. Comes in big pieces.
He's such a fat person.
Yeah. He really is. I love Steve.
I love him too.
The problem is Steve and I can't be left alone together.
Yeah.
He just gets.
Why? Because he's inappropriately sexually forward?
No, he's never been that way with me. Never, not once.
I know. I don't think he's. Well, he has been that way, but,
but never.
in way
never
different.
With me.
Yeah. I told you about how. I'm pretty sure I told you about the Katie Bowman story.
Yeah, you told me a couple times.
Oh my God, what a faux pas! A couple times. Thanks, babe. Gotcha.
Hey, they were fairly evenly spaced out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. No, when Steve and I are alone together, neither one of us has anything to say.
Right.
So it's just very quiet, and, you know, even for us, feels awkward. And I feel like Steve is a lot like me in that he always feels awkward.
Oh, yeah. I definitely believe that it's worse for him than it is for you, but he's a guy, and guys deal with it differently, and
yeah.
You are definitely better in social situations than Steve, is what I'm saying. As awkward as you might feel, like...
Because I'm a girl, I had to be.
No, I mean, yes, it's part of it, but it's also because you're more intelligent and you're more mentally well-rounded. Like, Steve has a lot of mental deficiencies. Like, I'm not saying he's retarded, but he's got a lot of slowness to him in certain areas where it's almost like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But, you know, you just gotta love him because he's such a good person.
I think that's what makes me love him, is that he is such a good person.
Yep, just genuinely an awesome human being and friend.
How you two have managed to be friends is beyond me.
We have been tight, and our friendship is pretty much unchanged in the way we've been since middle school. Like, we started, we became friends in 7th grade Spanish class. Steve was the Colombian in the class for the Easy A, and I was just, not cheating on him, but he was really bad with a lot of Spanish stuff that I was good at, like the fundamental stuff that I was learning, that he could speak it and understand it.
Right.
We were like a perfect friendship because like he would have probably failed Spanish, which would have been embarrassing for Steve. He was Colombian household, you know, and I would have just barely passed, whereas we both passed with B's.
Amanda and I weren't in any classes together after 5th grade.
Yeah, me and Steve had Spanish class together every single year until junior year of high school.
Like, we took the same classes, but we were never in them at the same time. Because, like, 4th and 5th grade, we had Mr. Gata and Mr. Ravid. Did she never read? I think she
We
did.
made the money, babe. We're guaranteed $14, and it only costs $15.75 to get in. This is a bounty tournament, so that's why the payouts are so weird.
No, she didn't have Mr. Ravid. Well, anyway, we definitely had 4th grade together. 5th is questionable because I can't remember. But after that, we never had a class together. Because did your school do, like, teams where, like, students, like, there was a team of teachers for each grade, and, each grade had, like, 4 different teams
Say that
you
again, honey,
rotated
I'm
through?
sorry.
Did your school do, like, teams in middle school where it's, like, every grade had, like, 3 or 4 different teams, like, Team A, Team B, Team
No.
C, and you rotated with that group through all the different classes?
No, we never did anything like that. We had, you know, the same kind of, I don't know, a normal setup. Like, it was just a randomized thing.
So I was on Team A, which was, like, the advanced kids team.
Uh-huh.
And, like,
We had advanced classes in middle school.
well, no, like,
And
our
honors in
entire
8th grade.
team, like, our entire curriculum was advanced.
Right.
Like, and we were all taking the same classes, and we would rotate. But within those teams, there were separate classes. So, like, you would rotate with one specific class to each class, you know?
Mhm.
Like, it was always the same.
Damn, I wish I had hand here.
So I was on Team A, which was like the advanced kids, but she was on like Team E or something, which was the gifted kids, because I didn't test into gifted because I was too lazy with my math.
Right. Yeah, I didn't do the gifted. Our school had a gifted program that was like a certain set of kids that you had all your classes together with everything. And they also had advanced, in 6th and 7th grade, they had advanced classes. And in 8th grade, they had honors classes, which gave you high school credit.
Mm-hmm. So, like how the gifted kids were with your school, that's how every class, every student was at my middle school. Like, we each had teams, you stayed with those teams, and then within those teams, you each had your class that you stayed with.
This guy's just blind shot.
Up until like 8th grade. And then 8th grade we had honors, we had an advanced or honors and gifted, something like that. There were 2 levels of it.
He's got a 10. Fucker. Give me a 6. Give me a 6. Oh, wow. Give me a 5. 9, 5. Like, what a faggot. I hate online play. I can't wait for there to be live play back again. Like in a casino. I want to go to Cherokee so bad and just play like a 12-hour session of poker.
What has that vixen done to me, Leonard? How do I make it stop? Well, if you had a physical relationship, I'd say propose for it. That's a real killer.
I squished the Ferocita's head. Well, I got 1725. I'm out. Yep. 18 bucks. Woo woo!
And I feel like me and Amanda are on the same, like, intelligence level, you know? I've always seen her as my equal. I've never seen anybody else as, like, my equal. They're either above or below me.